like the other thing, a farmer expects you as an intern. We made that very clear. A farmer expects you as an intern, especially at Swangsgela, to be able to adapt quick, grasp quick, because the things that we do are very simple things. It's not complicated.
And I was about to say, what Greek is not complicated. It's very simple.
Very simple, and especially for when at Swangsgela, because you studied for like 3 years, so study a day. Already smiling, so Bafana.
No, Mila, the guru is a fail. I want to see something. The guru is a fail.
No, but sexy being is the one I'm for us.
But say. Yeah, no, like
double.
No, on the Opti Plus.
Opti Plus, and we're grateful for the rain, by the way.
And it's not too much.
And then you said it off air. We didn't touch on it on the marketing podcast, but there's only so much we can touch on one podcast. We deliberately planted a crop that most people run away from planting at this time. Re plantile spinach, but knowing that there's going to be a shortage. But anyway,
and if you break through that,
if it works, I say ver. Anyway, dog, I think my intern and first time. We know the stats, we know the situation in the country where we have gang unemployment that graduates one first time. Although
across the board. Although it's
across the board, varsity, college, everybody affected. Although when they promote agriculture at these high schools, they give these kids an impression, it's almost someone on a postile something, and it's one of our peers that are graduating in Liena. And we graduated like what, 5 years ago now?
Somewhere there.
Plus minus. So but anyway, Moto Are, I can I can't recall it exactly, but something in the line, sorry. I can remember when people from the department, I can't remember whether or not people from the department or people from a particular institution came to the college to come and promote agriculture. They gave us the impression as if companies are lining up to employ us, as if there's a shortage of workers, only to graduate and find out our company like it's survival of the fittest out here.
And I was in agree, because even someone with more experience, as long whether it's a school or what, as long as I have more experience than you, Rotsena to an interview go too. Yeah, it's even worse for us, I think.
It's worse experience because game experience. The other thing, just before we go into the finer details, is and
a young man was an intern.
And an auto span. Like get trend, like before I lose my chain of thoughts. One this step. As my solar panels, the harvester sun any. So besides taba experience, nalo wena re ka kena mo interview on frostan. Same experience, same qualification, same everything on frostan. If I am able to sell myself better, without tuba, even if even if you have, let's say, 2 years more experience and nagenale degree or diploma when on le masters, but rakenagara interview and I can present and sell myself better, I will knock you out.
True that.
Because most people abana skill is how we take is a sharp on first stand, like they don't have the skill of putting their best foot forward when it's necessary on first stand. So kaubane motohudile utseba game, you know what to say, when to say, how to sell yourself, and now that one is an employer, you know what you are looking for. So now putting yourself in a situation where you're sitting in an interview, because we have been employers, one can easily manipulate another employer. Like if you get a span, manager one interview, I know what he wants to hear. Or get tall span. So I was just trying to sell that point already. You need to be able to sell yourself much better. So kabale experience and whatever now. But anyway, back to Tabaya or Yama interns on first time. Big problem. Even now, more recently, there was that we were supposed to King AAP, agricultural assistant, what, but it's in essence they were supposed to be extension officers, because you understand the ratio of extension officers here better. Extension officer to farmer, so government needs to employ the extension officer at 10,000 to fill that space or bring down the ratio. So there was that strike. But again, it's graduates who are unemployed, who were promised jobs, who didn't get the jobs. But abana experience. You need
experience to do that.
You need experience to be extension officer. Frankly speaking. But anyway, Dawa, in a workplace, you are an intern, but a spani. Got an internship ko plus. There's a few common mistakes that people make because we have went through the process. From institution to internship to getting employment to climbing the corporate ladder, where one is now in a position. Well, you left because we had to start our own farm.
So
and I'm still there.
Yeah. So to say it easy. Since all now you are a manager. And you get intense at your farm. To say it simple, let's focus more young men, because he got employed.
Yeah.
What are the good things he did for you to pick him up, or no, this guy, I need to make room for him, because honestly, good person, they make room for you. And what are the other mistakes along, or the other students or interns did, when we were like, I will not put my name on the line for these people, because now you're up. Now you can see, or no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 went wrong. This is what I like from this person, and let's dive into what are the
pros and cons, or the good things and the bad things.
Let's start with the bad things before we go into the good things. One of the red flags, so they say, Zama intern.
To answer you more accurately, we're going to do it like this. Let's first understand Torina Famara Ebatang or expectang from when as an intern on first time. And number one, hardware, a farmer gains free labor from your presence, because Angero my interns apatola place to the agent and apatola agrisita, so the farmer's not paying the guys. So the first and foremost thing why the farmer even allowed you on his premises is that free labor on first time. Because it's not as if when a diploma or master's or whatever you have, you're going to teach the farmer something. Like we have a vet that is the best in the Southern Africa on first time. So there's nothing when out on school come and teach us on a commercial level, because we're working with the best. Our systems
and we are working with the best. That is very crucial.
and we fumana ispana. Sorry, in your absence before fika, in a teka.
Oh, you're going to start it up. Okay.
A farmer benefits labor. So when as an intern, first thing that you need to do is show up and work your socks off on first start. Like we said, as we were talking off air already, there was this post they gave laying on Twitter somewhere. So this guy are hard skills gets you employed, and soft skills gets you the promotion. Hard skills in our context, hardwerk on first start. You need to show up and show off. Show up and show off, like work. And I was giving this example, Yauri. So this year we had a bunch of interns on Frostan. So we started up a brooding team. We did something different because we had so many interns. We started up a brooding team, Yauri. We can take. Usually our brooding team was just 2 people that mans entire house, 65,000 birds. No problem on Frostan. Small problems every now and then needs assistance and so on, but natural, everything goes on, everything flows. Everything flows. So we were like, to avoid those minor things that are not done on standard, that are just done because we need to get through them, to make sure that just to pick up the standard. I don't know. Kaubani, we have a bunch of interns. Let's take 5 and start a brooding team. But to bow those 2 permanent staff, let's give them an additional 5 interns on first start.
So now there's 7.
There's 7, but we took out 1 person, 1 permanent.
Okay, so now there's
6. There's 6 people in one house.
Right, yeah.
So now you have 6 people doing the job that is done by 2 people.
Which is 5 interns and 1 permanent worker.
1 permanent worker.
Okay.
Dog, to my surprise, so many things went wrong. Our work fell so much behind that we had to switch the whole thing again. So my point is, the work that was first and foremost accomplished by 2 people. Now we have 6 people doing the very same job, but the 6 people are not doing the job.
So do you think the problem was, or they didn't understand what's supposed to be done?
Yeah.
Or because that might be an issue too.
Yeah,
think or no, because I've placed 5 people there, or 6 people now. I'm expecting everything to be productive, and you just find out, or Eban. They didn't know what to do. Yeah. So
I not at all on Frostan. It might be that, well, of course, some things it was the first time by born, but the brooding team are kala but so they've been present on the farm for a while.
So they know the system.
They know the system, but not not according to attention to detail. But hence we had a house supervisor, permanent staff in the house with them. And besides, Doc, like the other thing, a farmer expects you as an intern, hardwerk, we made that very clear. A farmer expects you as an intern, especially at Swangsgela, to be able to adapt quick, grasp quick. Because the things that we do are very simple things. It's not complicated.
And I was about to say, what Greek is not complicated, it's very simple.
Very simple. And especially for when at Swangsgela, because you studied for like 3 years, so study a diding. This needs to be done, that needs to be done, this needs to be done.
And why it needs to be done.
And there's no complications on first time. So I get that, I understand that to a certain extent, but the house was so in such a state that I couldn't accept that as an excuse on first time.
And especially because they were there before, they know the system.
They know the system, and Doc Lee 5. That job was accomplished by 2 people. Nothing complex. Basic stuff, simple stuff that like I could go to Kasikalatali casually, I can spanning, will do what I expected those graduates to do. So yauri nebasatse bespani out. Even if no satse bespan, the numbers ought to compensate for that. Because Lee 5. If Nelly 2, this at the bespan Lee 2, I would accept. But now Lee 5, Lenalemo to bang span. So that one I can't
So if Lee 5 and then the work I push, and then now I'm the one with the work ethic. Now what do I do?
Well, I think the error that one also made there is we didn't put them, the permanent staff that was there with them is not someone with a strong character. Ka hobane o sebetsa le bana ba sekolo, their productivity level is not there. My job as the farmer is to get your productivity level up. So, but the person that was there with them is not a person with a strong character, a person that knows the job, excellent, well-oiled machine, no problem, and a person that can delegate and a person that can be clearly understood. So communication, all those minor things like Doc, my point is just that nothing was an excuse. The problem there is the work ethic was bad. And you expect to learn everything in one cycle. Like, you have the whole year. Uskazama grammar, what everything that is going on in 1 week. You will never be able to do, and you trying to learn every step, baby steps, and you do this. Ntweke expecting from when because now you parasite, because now you're sucking more out of me as the farmer, as the manager, than you are giving to me. It needs to be a mutually beneficial relationship. Give me that. And I will give you the information. If you're not giving me the work, I won't give you the information. Then you are a peasant from Frostan. And the other thing, it's Lee 5, Lee 6. If these 5 people are not, their work ethic is not up to scratch, demotivate them at all.
And then work ethic
drop because now they come housing. And you guys are sitting down or luhundan samau to liena eventually to bada on first time. So it was a very big problem for me. So the point that I was just trying to emphasize, my G, is work ethic paid on first time and trying to use that as an example. Or how for entire week a job that was done by 2 people, you guys couldn't manage to do the basic things that I expect from you to do. Like,
so how will you supervise if you're not going to supervise? If you can do the basic things.
If you can't do the basic things, so first and foremost, the problem, most of interns, work ethic is very poor. You come to the farm assuming that osale skolo, no. When you get to the farm, you must work.
Because it's a workplace.
It's a workplace and we're making money. It's a business. Like into ranang. It's not where now to research out to it. No. First and foremost, uspane.
So that I can give back.
So that I can give back and show you extra things. And that is why most graduates will complain. The farmer is not showing us the marketing. The farmer is not showing us the finances. The farmer, like, why the hell will I show you all of that stuff
if you can do the basic?
If you can't do the basic, in fact, if like, why would I do that? Show you trade secrets and show you how the business actually operates if you can't do that correctly. So first and foremost,
and the most important
spana situne. So work ethic, Maji. Work ethic is very poor. That is why most guys are not getting employed. Because as that quote said, hard skills get you employed, soft skills get you the promotion. First and foremost, and it's almost like a mentality, especially like what happened this year. I turned to realize, sorry, if it's only 2 interns at a workplace that employs like at a workplace that employs like 50 people, Lee 2. Like, there's no time. Like we have, and when you get to the workplace, because Lifikalili too, it's almost like it's us against them type of thing. And at a workplace, the minute you walk into the gates of the farm, it's every man for themselves.
Exactly.
Because I'm not going to let Tabo influence my performance because I get Tabo Tepile what is his plans next year? Maybe go here sharp. And the next year he doesn't need employment as much as I need employment. So we need to understand those dynamics. Let's stop this group thing. Everyone is there. The only person that you need to impress is the managers. And the supervisors. Keep those people happy.
And just to add to you, because now I remember when I was leaving college, going to do my experiential,
Yeah.
I was like, the farm that I'm going to get employed.
Yeah.
And dog, hard work. Yeah, I didn't know fuck all, but everything I did, I gave it my best.
Passion.
And the funny thing about it, like when I saw now I'm going to get employed, or when they start giving you extra
responsibilities,
and your other, because I was there with we were three. There were guys from TUT, then I was from Poch. Yeah, you could see. Now I was driving the tractor. Now I was calling some shots. That is when I knew Chai. And
my chances are looking good here.
Yeah, and just to be honest, difference between me and them, it was one thing fail. Work ethic. Yeah, like hard work. That's it. Okasing krekin timo fati. Dinsang no, come on, Khan, and dog. The manager's looking, or the owner's looking, especially now because the owner was much closer. The owner was looking. Yeah.
And he picked that up.
Because I remember towards the end, he started paying me. Like, with fatal. I was like, no, stay. Yeah, and for me, even Majita, they didn't even finish because now the gap was so big to a point of they were parasites.
It's about obvious, sorry.
And they didn't finish their practical. So because that guy said, like, you know what's going to happen now? I think you guys should start paying rent now. Because you eat my electricity, you bathing for
so
water.
They're not adding value. So why is the farmer giving you
and
all these benefits?
I was pushy because they were not my, because they were, I was a bit older. So I understood certain things. Or no, you saw hard work. So yeah, towards the end, like they didn't finish their practical. I don't know where they went, but yeah, towards the end I already knew. And it was only hard work. The soft, what do you call them?
Soft skills.
The soft skills I started learning the following year. That is when now I'm starting to delegate. That is when the guy said,
leadership stuff.
No, your temper is not good. Come here, tone it down. So era this, era that. But what you saying hard work, my G. All I'm saying is, as a student, the first thing you need to do, and the only thing don't try to be smart when it's needed, but the first thing is hard work. I promise you, or they will reference you.
The nice donkey, I was not going to touch on that, but even if you don't get employed, you will get a good reference. Because personally, I won't put my name on someone's CV that I know that. And I'll probably forget you, because we need to understand, and it's almost like interns don't understand, Tori. Every year there's a new cycle. So I don't need you, because I'm only getting free labor from you. I will tolerate you, even if wapeta. I will tolerate you because you're still helping me out in some minute manner. But those guys were getting a lot of benefits from the farm, the rent, living free, water, and whatever not. So it was only right for that guy to start taking those privileges away, because whatever you're giving is not enough. But let's say, for example, you're not getting all those benefits. I'll tolerate you if you have respect and like.
If you have respect, yeah.
I'll tolerate that the whole of but I guarantee you, our contract will fail out. Because next year, I'm only going to retain those that I think have potential, those that I can fine tune, and those that I can work with. Only there can we fine tune. But the other thing, the relevant people, because he said the people you need to impress is the manager and the supervisors, but I'm also slightly wrong, because the manager and the supervisor, they are not always there. So the people, like a staff, because of panel staff. I remember, are we still on though? I remember the example ono ibu already. The difference between I remember how I got my respect amongst the guys on first standard, the employees. There was this huge problem in the house. The conveyor belt stopped, and there was this big pile of manure that we need to get manually, because the manure belt tripped, and it was a big mess on first standard. So it had to be done manually. So majita ne bang underestimate hore ke atefa ke tswa skela o ka se tshuni kai dog. I remember after that day, especially the guy that I was working with, dog, after that day, OT can from SMG, the one first time, or my boss, I don't see you as ngwana school. Like I consider you as my equal now in the workplace. And having people like that, because the manager like now, ke manager ke khona o ya ko housing ke bua le the house lady. If you as an intern were working with a particular group of people, I can go to the permanent employees that were there with you and just ask what do they think about Wena? Do you think
and they would be brutally honest?
And they will be brutally honest. And just imagine in your absence you have people speaking well of you. It increases your chances. It shows that you fit into the culture of the farm.
And check us something here. If you put in the work ethic, even the employees will let you take some responsibilities of certain things, and the manager can see
Can pick up.
With this and that says a lot.
That will end up having the manager also giving you more responsibilities that needs on Frostan. And so work ethic, we can't stretch this enough. But there's so many things that we can touch on. Unfortunately, the sun is setting now, that we can touch on. Besides just work ethic, once you get the job, then you can work on all those minor things.
I think we need to do another one of once you get the job.
Because
for now, the most important thing, like the basic, like not the basic or something. The basic is work ethic.
Kupa emphasis at this one because it's something now. It's I think recent. So there was this intern Aspana Corona. Unfortunately, our space were full. We retained one of them. It was three of them that we wanted to retain, but unfortunately, space is limited. So Rinkiloway one amongst them. So the other two they left. They did their own thing, but one of them came back and worked for a sister farm. So the other day I was at that farm. And an intern in that year. So we chop it up a little bit. So I'm like, one of them tells me, no, Fit, a lot of interns have a totally Spanish because and it's genuinely a real problem because Contractor how places you at the farm for 1 year, but after 6 months you are gone and not gone because you had better things to do. Let's say maybe really five and Basti decides to leave. Then I get over because passing like idiotic mindsets and not understanding everyone on the planets are high. Like this group mentality thing, like it's a genuine issue because these kids are still young in most cases.
But not fella interns, even graduate, because that happened once at the farm. Because Majida have graduated, I think from Limpopo. I couldn't understand like
because it's not as if the next place, the next farm you're going to is going to be any better. Because that farmer is still going to expect you.
You need, like, it's a phase. Like, you need to prove yourself with hard work first. Like, until you get the what can I say, experience.
Yeah.
Now
you can elevate.
Now you can elevate. But problem is because of now you can read. Most of the employees can't read. You just automatically think or nama about. And a farmer harder. Yeah. So that delegate about.
No, but I think in closing, Maji, work ethic of key importance on Frostan, mindset of key importance, attitude of key importance on Frostan, and that is how we need to understand regardless. Game experience. I think we touched this in the beginning of the podcast. Game experience. And if you don't have an experience, you have to start at the bottom.
Yeah, compensate it with hard work.
And you have to start ground level. College, you supervisor, manager. It doesn't work. You need to understand that you have to start at the ground floor. Give 2 to 3 years on the ground, depending however long it takes. Some people it takes 5 years, some people it takes 2 years, and then bapalami. Understand your lane, understand your space, and start from the bottom and work your way up. Once you understand that, I think most, but there's so much to talk about. And like a fire, like you see a gap. So some people dog like a fire. Like I even forget Yauro Umu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, let's give him some minor thing to do. Is it out?
Yeah, no, but let's wrap it up.
Yeah. So in closing, guys, for those watching, thank you again for watching the entire video. up until this stage. We appreciate you very much. Most importantly, guys, this is an open conversation. We're starting the conversation. We are not the fountain of knowledge. We're just sharing our experiences and our insights. So please make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below so that it becomes a conversation. It's plusing, guys. This is where farmers meet. This is where we can share such kind of insights from Frostan. And with that said, agriculture is about pap and flays.
But agriculture is not pap and flays.